What's good, you guys? My name is Harsh, and this is the third episode of The Visionaries. Firstly, I know I'm looking very bad in long hair, but it's lockdown and everything is closed, and I don't want to cut my hair and ruin it probably. So, please excuse me for this look. And secondly, make sure you do subscribe to the channel because it's important to keep yourself updated and not miss out on any of these videos, as we have some amazing people coming up here from different walks of life. So, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. So, the guest we have today is a digital marketer and a music distributor. He's been into digital marketing since 2017 when he was just in his ninth grade. And he has worked with some artists who are under some big labels like T Series and Z Music. And currently he's working with some amazing hip hop artists, underground hip hop artists, I must say, like Gravity and like Bombay Local, etc. And he has also managed to gain some views, impressions, and likes for them. Shivam Sembol, welcome to the Visionaries podcast.
Hey, thank you for having me here, man.
So, I'll just get straight into the podcast. So, my first question to you is as a ninth grader, where it's like the prime time of teenage, you get introduced to so many things in life. Okay, like the firstly the party culture of this generation, and like many other things, what I'm talking about. So, with all these things going on in your life, how did you think about digital marketing, and what was your aim at that time when you started it?
Yes, I got introduced to this scene in ninth grade. I was a tech savvy since I was a kid. The only good thing I was at was just tech. So I was into learning new stuff. My goal initially wasn't to trade skills for money. My brother Akul Sharma introduced me to this whole scene. He was into the underground hip hop industry, and he found a breakthrough. Someone would offer us music services, and we could resell it and outsource it and keep the profit. So he told me about this, and we got started. He was already friends with a lot of rappers, who were just either starting off or had made their name, had some audience. So it was difficult for him to be honest, to convert them into paying customers. But probably it was harder for me because I was just starting off afresh and I didn't know anyone in the industry. So, it was really difficult to get my first client. So I used to just, DM everyone and trying to offer them music services when nobody even knew me. So it was really difficult for me. So I got not a single client for months. Then we found out that promotional services were really hot at that time. They still are. We found out that people are making content because they want to get seen. That is why they are putting out content in the first place, right? So we had to jump into this. So we decided that I would be the one who would, figure out everything related to social media marketing and related to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, anything, and just provide them services and get them seen.
Okay.
I got in touch with a digital marketer who was already doing the stuff which I wanted to. So I got in touch with him, made a fair deal, negotiated and made a fair deal, and this was the breakthrough we needed in the social media marketing agency. So marketing services, I mean. So I locked in the deal and we started outsourcing social media services to artists and content creators. And boom, I landed my first client. So then a year later, when I was in 10th grade, we scrapped out the outsourcing part and acquired the skills by ourselves. I figured out social media marketing, everything related to Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and started doing it on my own. And Akul, he did everything related to music platforms, rolled out PR services, and together we built major relationships with clients. So we were no longer outsourcing from, I think, 2018. So it was a collaborative effort from both of us. And about the party culture that you just asked me, I've partied a lot, but I did not let it become my lifestyle. So I'd say it was just commitment more than the hard work that got me so hooked and invested in what I was doing.
100% bro. So bro, I know that you started earning out of this, and like at this age when you get that a bit of money from internet and the things you are loving to do, you get a sense of validation that somewhere you are doing something right in life. So bro, what was that feeling when you firstly, when did you get your first payment, and like what was your feeling at that moment? Like bro, paisa, I could like पैसा चाहिए, यही चाहिए था and यही मिला.
It took me months to make my first buck really, but after a point, I landed my first client when I was in ninth grade. I remember being all cheesy and salesy with my approach. So my first client was a rapper who was willing to spend 200 bucks, to test my services and wanted to get some traction on YouTube. I convinced him that I can bring some audience to his content. It's always the hardest landing the first client. So after much negotiation, I closed the deal. So after completion of the campaign, I was paid 200 bucks, out of which I think around 50 bucks was my profit. All right. So just 50 bucks, but it felt amazing, because I made something from my own, and it was the first time I took up responsibility of someone's art on myself. So seeing that a stranger trusted me and I was able to deliver to his expectations felt great. Those 50 bucks were precious. It was an incentive for me to keep pushing and explore more avenues.
Yeah. So bro, you're like very young now. You're very young. Means like at this age, like people are still thinking कि अब क्या करना है. But you are like doing something which is earning you, and plus you're doing something right. You know that. So what is your definition of success right now?
My definition of success, I feel success is subjective. What success for me might not be the same success for you. I think for me, achieving my micro goals, being with the ones I actually care for and who care for me, and making a difference in people's lives and making nice bucks along the way is what I consider as success. I'll break it down. I started seeing my micro goals as dreams. So you get motivated when you chase your dreams rather than your goals. Goals become a part of the dreams, of the process. So I started considering waking up early as a dream. As ironic as it sounds, but yes, so I still have yet to achieve that dream. So goes for all the micro goals put together. And when I said about making a difference to people's lives, it's about helping anyone till the extent I can, and making a difference. Whether it's a change of perspective over things, because even if I change one person's perspective over stuff which was bothering them or about anything, and make them see the situation in a different way, that's legacy, because that person is gonna carry it with him. What I shared with him. So, and I mean it. So, or even if it's ending someone's thirst or hunger of someone not so fortunate in the streets whenever I can. So it's just pushing myself till I cannot really.
So bro, the school ages, which is like the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, Indian parents are like primarily focused on studies. But at this age, you managed both studies and your digital marketing and music distribution. So like how did you balance between them? Like with your boards going on, how did you manage both of these things together?
I did not manage actually. I was I'm not much into studies anyways, so it's not really difficult to manage both of them. Yes, I do have to put a hold on my projects when my exams are on. Otherwise, it's cool. It's yeah. I put a hold on my projects when in between my boards. I did not even tell my parents I was into digital marketing and all of that stuff till I got in 11th. Because parents would be like, you should not be doing this, you got boards. So in class 10th it was really difficult. So I did not tell them. I told them, when I was about to get into 12th. So yeah.
Okay. So, bro, you have been managing artists who are under big labels, okay? Like you said, you did a project with Z Music, and you are managing some artists under T Series as well. So, like with all these labels, what? Tell me one dark incident like which you had to go through, or like मतलब कुछ झमेला हो गया because something messed up. So, like, can you tell me some dark incident about these labels?
Labels generally don't fuck with payouts. Oh, am I allowed to swear?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. A dark incident, not really. I've had artists who have paid for this, who haven't paid for the services I offered to them. In 2017, I had a client from Rohtak. I think for a project related to educational videos on YouTube. So I managed his campaigns and agreed for the payment after I have delivered the work. The deal was for 5,000 bucks. So after delivering the project, he just disappeared. His number was out of service, and his number was just deactivated. So I tried reaching him out. I tried reaching out to him from multiple numbers, from everywhere I could, but I could not. So I never heard from him again. So I still regret those 5,000 bucks and my work going to just drain. 2017 was the worst year of my life, man.
And okay, so I'll jump into my next question because with all this situation going on right now, like see, I didn't want to talk about this in my podcast because it's like बहुत mainstream बात है ये, but still like digital marketing and lockdown, how has this affected the career? And I will add to this question because recently I just saw there's this digital marketer called Digital Pratik. Okay, so he just posted some video where he was saying that some of his friends told that digital marketing won't be a good career option after 2 years, but he was against it. So like, what's your opinion about it right now?
Yeah, I follow Digital Pradeep too. A really great guy. I love his content. Talking about lockdown, how it has affected my business. The lockdown has helped me in scaling my services and reaching out to more people unexpectedly. I mean, I have been getting more projects every week. I've been getting projects every week, and it has been easier than ever to establish a contact with the prospects, since the whole world is on their phones and running on mails at the moment. So it has helped me unexpectedly. About the future of digital marketing, I've just started really. But I've just started. It's been just 2 or 3 years to me. But I'll give my take on it. I feel there are two phases of it. After 2 years, more businesses are gonna come into existence, and they will need digital marketing services to scale their departments. Businesses are gonna need conversions and will be wanting to boost their sales. In the dynamic world we live in, which is our feeds on social media, the demand for these services is only gonna increase. But I also feel that too many people are gonna jump into it because people think it's easy and it's a quick way to score some bucks. So whereas it is not the case, you have to be consistent enough to and be willing to take risks because there is a lot of investments involved. So in my opinion, the demand for the skill is definitely going to increase, but the market pool of digital marketers is going to get saturated because everyone is going to be doing the same. So it's going to be difficult to stand out, to get prospects because everyone's doing the same. So what matters is how you stand out as a digital marketer. So that's my take on it.
Okay, bro. So my last question to you is that where do you see yourself 5 years from now? I'm asking you 5 years because you have just started and it's like 17, 18. You're just 17, 18. So 22, 23 is like the age where like most of the people have a like stay. अच्छा अब career में ये करना है. So like where do you see yourself at that moment?
Where do I see myself in 5 years? Probably not quarantined in a house. Bro, where do I see myself in 5 years? It's easier said than done, to be honest. But if I work it all off, I see myself graduating from the college after 5 years. I have yet to fill out the forms for college, but still, still hustling along the lines with freelance, probably running an e-com business and possibly a marketing agency with my homies, providing all types of services anyone could ever need, doing a lot of charity, taking high risks, swinging for the fences, man, and going in for all the opportunities life throws at me. I hope it turns out to be good, but even if it doesn't, I'll still be happy over the fact that I tried. I'd say my main goal isn't just to make it all work. It's to be happy and explore more avenues and just keep pushing. And I know for a fact that I'm gonna be happy and thrilled while investing myself into the whole game, no matter how it turns out to be. So yes, I think this could be an overview of how I see myself in 5 years.
100% bro, 100%. I wish you all the successes in life, and thank you Shubham for joining me on this podcast. It was a lovely, amazing session actually with you. We got to learn about digital marketing a lot and new things also, and how mature you are with your age. That's a good thing, bro.
Thank you so much, man. Thank you for having me on your podcast. It really was a great session, man. I appreciate the fact that you did not involve my personal life and just stuck to the points, this podcast was meant for. So I just want to take a moment and
Okay, talking about personal life, I just want to add here that like I'll tell you all guys that how me and Shubham met. We met like should I tell it? Yeah, I will tell it obviously. How we met? We first talked on call. Through our mutual friend, and at that point, we both were going through major relationship issues. Okay, both were going through major relationship issues, and that was like a low point for us. But now, yeah, bro, we both are happy with life.
yeah, happier than ever, bro fest.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Thank you, bro. Make sure you do subscribe to the channel, everyone, and I'll link Shubham's handles and every in the description box below. I don't know why did I fumble about that, but yeah, I will make sure I'll just link all the things over there. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.
And guys, anyone who's watching this podcast needs any type of promotional services, either it's on YouTube, Instagram, anything, just DM me. Harsh has mentioned my handle in the description. Just DM me and I'll get you all the details.
That's Shubham Semwal plugging in his channel and like earning some more money. So that's how we end it. Thank you guys for watching this video. Do like, share, subscribe. You know the drill. Thank you everyone. See you in the next episode.